guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're enjoying the sunshine. I'm on my summer holidays at the moment, which has been lovely. I've been catching up with friends and family and of course my sewing machine. So I've actually been doing a fair amount of sewing. I have to be honest with you. I've sewn up all of the fabrics, which I said I would, and I've also been trying to do a bit of stash busting. So I've got a couple of extra things to show you, which kind of feel like free projects. I mean, they're not really free because let's face it, I did pay for that fabric on the most part. Albeit I paid for it 5 years ago, so it doesn't really feel like it's money that I'm spending now. So it's kind of quite nice, yeah, using up those scraps. I've been giving quite a lot of stuff away to charity at the moment, trying to clear out my wardrobe. I think I might have said before, but we've moved flats in the last 9 months or something. It was 9 months we've been in our new place, which is amazing. But our new flat is actually smaller than our old flat. We moved from a 2-bed to a 1-bed. And so there's lots of clearing out involved. So I've been trying to give away clothes. I've kind of always been quite sentimental about clothes I've made myself. I think it's the fact that you just remember all those hours and all that labour that's gone into them, all the love, let's say, that's gone into making that garment. And it can be quite hard to part with things that you've made yourself in a way that I don't really feel about ready to wear garments. But I have to do it because I have a wardrobe. It's not small, but it ain't enormous, and I cannot keep everything forever, and I've come to terms with that. So I've been giving lots of stuff away. I've also cleared out my fabric scraps and my fabric stash, coming to terms with the fact I will never make that quilt that I've been telling myself that I need to save all these scraps for 5 years. So the quilt is never going to happen, let's be honest with myself. So all the scraps have gone to the recycling centre, lots of the clothes have gone to charity, and I'm feeling very good about it. And I've actually, I've been making some lovely new things. So let me start by showing you my first project which I've made. I'm wearing it now. It is my Funky Stars dress. I showed you this viscose last month. £3.99 per metre from Fabricland. I used 2 metres to make this dress. The bodice actually hardly uses any fabric at all. It's got these lovely little frilly sleeves which are really, really pretty. They need an iron actually, looking down at them, but never mind. And it has a V-neck. Oh, I've got my Rosabella necklace on. This was an end of year present from my class, which was lovely, from Tatty Divine, one of my favourite shops. Anyway, it has a V-neck like this. I'll just stand up so you can see. And it crosses over at the front like this. It has some pleating detail at the side here at the waistline, and the whole thing is faced and interfaced. So just the necklines is stay stitched and interfaced, because of course this diagonal line would stretch out horribly if I didn't do that. I've moved my camera today and it's not as picturesque this side of the room. So yeah, it doesn't look so great. It's got my boyfriend's wardrobe, and we've also got all of our coat racks. You can see my yellow Mac there. So it doesn't look quite as tidy as this section of the room, but I thought this way I could stand up and properly show you without having to stand on my bed. So you can see it's got a lovely swooshy circle skirt. Woo! I love a spin. I've been enjoying lots of other sewing YouTuber spins as well. Always good. And I think it's actually really flattering. This is the same pattern that I made my Italian dress out of, the one that I showed I think last month, and I just was so in love with it. I was like, remember I said I just want to make loads of massive dresses. That's my ambition at the moment, is to make loads of dresses which are just like pow. Yeah, I don't want to be subtle. The good thing is because it's viscose, I can wear it with tights when it gets a bit cooler as well. I'm imagining this being a pretty cool party dress. I don't know how you would feel about that. But I feel like stars are kind of a party thing, maybe with some like sparkly shoes and some cool, like maybe like lurex socks. I've been seeing some really cool lurex socks around, bit of a weird thing, but I think stars and sparkles go together well. I made a little stool. I've really thought about how I'm going to frame this video today. I'm feeling quite proud of myself. This dress was made with a combination of 2 New Look patterns. The skirt is New Look 6224. There it is, and also the sleeve, sorry, so you can see if you see the skirt and the sleeve, and the bodice is my current favourite bodice, and you'll see it a couple more times in this video, spoiler alert, and this is New Look 6123, so you can see I've just made the basic bodice there. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I really think that the viscose fabric, I was a bit worried the viscose might move too much, but I think actually, I think I need to put a pin in the front here because it does slip a little bit there. Nothing like indecent, but it does just slip down a bit. So might put a little pin in there, maybe a little safety pin or just a little catch stitch. Because it's so dark, the fabric, I don't think you'd really notice it if I did it in like a dark navy. But yeah, that's the first dress. On to the next. Okay, on to my next dress. This is the fabric which I showed you last month. And it was from Fabrics Galore. I think it was £6 per metre, I could be wrong there, but it was a very reasonable price. I remember that. I think it was £8, sorry, but I only had to buy 1 metre, so that was really good. So £8 is not bad for a little dress. I actually gave you a bit of a preview of this in my previous video. And I used Burda 6792, and I'll put a link down below to my previous video because you can see I show in there how I adapted the pattern to give it this V-neck look, because as you can see here it's more of a straight across dress, but I just did a really simple hack, basically building up the front so you could get this look here, and I used my favourite top to help me to do that as well, which was quite good. I love this colour, as you probably know by now. I love red. I think red's one of my absolute favourite colours to wear. I love red with pink as well, so I like that combination. So anyway, I'll just stand up so you can see. It's not very short because lots of the stand tippy toes, you can see lots of the slip dresses which are out there at the moment are really short, and I didn't particularly want to make it so I couldn't wear it with bare legs, because it's always my consideration if I'm making something for summer, as I want to be able to wear it with bare legs. I think it's really flattering though. It kind of skims down. It's loose and airy. I wouldn't wear this bra with it, I don't think, because it shows the straps show a little bit too much. I'd probably wear one that was a bit closer in. So sorry about that. But if you have your hair down, to be fair, nobody really notices anyway. But I was thinking in the winter, sort of moving into autumn winter, I could layer this over a polo neck or a long sleeve top. I've seen loads of people, it's very 90s, but I really like it. Loads of people wearing these over little white round neck t-shirts, which I remember doing in the 90s. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Anyway, I'm pleased with this pattern. To be fair, I did change it quite a lot because it's very simple, and the main feature is the neckline, and I changed that. So I mean, but it did sew up really well, and the sizing was pretty true. I did actually find it was a little bit snug over the bust, so I have had to just let it out slightly over the bust. The whole thing is just faced, so it's really quick and easy. And then the straps are attached here. There's a little join there, you can feel it. That is make number 2. I am pleased with that. I've worn it a lot. I wore it to our end of year party at work. I've worn it every other day. I just absolutely love it. It's so comfy and cool and just lovely. I actually lent it to my friend to wear the other day as well, so that was pretty cool. And she looked very nice in it. So anyway, that is make number 2. I will move on to my next dress. Okay guys, this is my birthday fabric. If you recall, my mum very kindly bought me 2 meters of any Liberty Tarn lawn which I wanted for my birthday, which was back in March, and I was too terrified to do anything with it because it was just the most exquisite fabric I'd ever been given or ever even had. So I ummed and I ahed and I didn't know what to do with it, but then because I made my dress with the Italian fabric and I loved it so much, I thought, well, you know what, I know I love that dress, I know it suits me, it's flattering, so why not have another go? So obviously I'd made the stars one. Can you see a theme here? And I've really done a very similar dress again. So I'm very sorry to be so boring, but I do think they all look really different, and the stars dress and this dress I think look really, this is quite prim and proper, and you might have noticed I did a different sleeve. I did a little cap sleeve on this one which required loads of easing, like a crazy, it's like easing like right down to here, and I was like, maybe it was meant to be gathered, I know. I managed to ease it in, but it was just loads of easing. But again, I used the same patterns as I showed you earlier. I used New Look 6123 for the bodice, but I used this little teeny tiny cap sleeve, which is very cute, and again, the big swooshy skirt. I love it, I'm really pleased with it. I think I'll get loads of wear, and I tell you what, all I want to sew with now is Liberty Tarn lawn because it's just amazing to work with. Never really worked with it before, in fact never worked with it before that I can think of, and it is the most buttery soft, just delicious fabric, and it doesn't even really fray. Like I didn't have to finish all of the seams. Like for example, the side seams in the skirt where it's cut diagonally on the bias, they don't, I mean, I know that doesn't often fray much on any cotton, but it is just completely crisp and perfect. It's absolutely fine. I've been experimenting with using stay stitching quite a lot, so I stay stitched, which is when you just put stitching in before you start working, and then just to hold it in place, both sides of the skirt. So both of these seams down the edges here, because they often stretch out, and then you've hemmed it and you've worn it for a few times, and then you find that you get this like triangular look, so so that it goes out towards the sides, it sort of sags. So I've had a go at sticking some stay stitching in there. It does seem to be working. I put it in the last couple of things that I've made that were circular in shape. So I'll show you what it looks like if I stand up. It's got the same detail again. It's got the pleats on the side with a little bit of gathering. It's very, very simple to sew. It's lots of processes, but none of them are difficult. So I would definitely say this is a project which somebody who maybe had a little bit of experience sewing dresses, but not loads, could definitely tackle. And it's just so flattering. I think I always used to worry that the wrap dress neckline wouldn't be particularly youthful looking, but there's been so many around this year that's kind of reassured me. I tried to not pattern match, but make sure the trees ran parallel across, but then of course it gets dragged down. But it works kind of to this point, and then it gets distorted. It's not that I haven't cut it on grain. I really have cut it on grain, I promise. I can do that, but it does look that way, but that's because of the way the fabric's being dragged, and I don't think that spoils the dress. I think that's fine. And of course it's all the trees run straight across the skirt. Again, it's nice and swooshy and pretty. And if I stand up here, you can see the length of the skirt. It goes to below the knee. It is a midi length, and I think that is very elegant. Again, that's not something I would have previously worn as a midi length. I think I would have thought it was too grown up. But maybe I'm a grown up now. I don't know. But I do feel I could wear this dress to work, as well as just out with my friends, out for dinner, anything really. And the fabric is so lovely and soft. It's just ideal. I mean, I know I did say I wasn't going to make many more things for summer. And the last two things which I showed you, I could actually wear well into the autumn, layered up and things, and for parties. This is very much a summer dress, but I just really wanted to use that gorgeous fabric, and I'm in love with Liberty Tarn Lawn, so I better start saving, let's be honest. I'm going to get changed now into my next item which I sewed. There are a lot of things I've sewn this month, but as I mentioned, I'm on holiday, so a lot of my sewing does get done when I don't have to go to work, obviously, because the thing with being a teacher as well is, yeah, you get these great holidays, but not all of my friends are teachers. I mean, some of them are, which is lovely, and we've been catching up lots. But lots of my friends are at work during the week, so I do often get, in the 6-week break in the summer, lots of days where I am just chilling. I'm at home, I'm with the cat, you know, maybe I'll meet a friend for lunch, but then the rest of the day I'm free to stitch up some frocks or stitch up some gifts and things. I've actually been brainstorming, sounds a bit premature, but I've been brainstorming Christmas gift ideas as well quite a lot this summer. So I'm just going to get changed now, and I will show you the next. It's actually two things which I've made. One you know about, and then the next is a stash buster, which was a really quick, easy win. Okay guys, the next item I'm going to show you is, I think I told you this was cotton and steel fabric last month. It's not, it's Cloud9, so I'm really sorry that I made that mistake there. It's Cloud9 fabric, it's still available. I will put a link down below because it is fabulous fabric, and I feel a little bit 80s, a little bit 90s in it. There's something really vintage feeling about it, which I really like. Maybe not vintage, retro, I think that's what you're meant to call it if it's not 100 years old or whatever. I actually as well, let's say a big thank you to lots of the viewers commented on my last haul video, because I said I really wanted to make a blouse with a frilly sleeve. I did a bit of a request, and I said, has anyone got any patterns they can recommend? Lots of people recommended this one, New Look 6434. And View D is the frilly sleeve version which I made, although you can probably tell I changed the neckline, not entirely successfully. I'm not actually 100% pleased with this make. I'm not an experienced maker of tops. I am very good at making dresses. I can churn out a dress in a couple of hours, no problems at all. Love making dresses for friends because I know I can make them properly. But tops I am a real novice at. I've made hardly any tops in my sewing career. And I thought I could change the neckline quite easily on this. I think I was wrong. It doesn't sit quite right. I mean, I'm looking at it now on the camera. It actually looks kind of fine. But I don't know. It's when you move around, it doesn't really sit completely right. I will still wear it. I never would waste fabric like this. And, you know, I don't like to waste anything. So I will still wear it, and it's still lovely for summer, but it's not completely perfect. If I were to recommend this pattern to you, which I would because it's a lovely sleeve, I would say to definitely keep the neckline high like that. I think that would sit much better. The problem is when I've cut it so low is there's too much movement there, even though I did interface it and top stitch it as well. Anyway, let me show you the top. Whoop, there we go. I've tucked it into some little high-waisted shorts, which are the other make I was going to show you. Like I said, I've been doing some stash busting, so I'll show you the other pattern before I show you the shorts. And I had this new look pattern, which I got for $2.95 in their sale, and I made up this one here, which is View D. And yeah, really, really like them. They've turned out really well. This is viscose, which I've had in my stash for quite a while. The viscose was from Fabricland. I think I picked it up because it was £4 a metre. I just picked up 1 metre because I really liked it. I think my original intention was to make a top, but of course never got around to that. And the viscose sat there in my stash for a little while. But now it's a little pair of summer shorts because I needed some shorts for summer, quite simply, and now I have a pair. So let me stand up and show you how they look. They are high-waisted, really, really easy and quick to sew. They go up at the side, which is cute, and they're a longer length pair of shorts because I'm not really keen on showing off too much leg. I mean, I have no problem with anybody else doing it, it's just my personal preference. I feel more comfortable with something a little bit longer. Almost looks like a skirt because of the length, like culottes. But yeah, I think it's a really cute little outfit, and I'm actually really pleased with it. I like how the frilly sleeves balance out with the kind of ruffly shorts. I don't really know what else to do. Oh yeah, the back. Yeah, so I do think they're very cute and a little bit vintage looking. So, as I said, I've been doing some stash busting. So these shorts are my first stash busting project of the month. And I've got one more thing to show you. As I said, it's been a productive month. I found some beautiful pink crepe in my stash. Only 1 metre. But I managed to make something, and I will show you now. Okay guys, here is my last make of the month of July and August, because I've kind of been sewing these in both. This is definitely made in August, but I'll show you now. And as I said, I found some lovely pink crepe in my stash, only 1 metre, but I managed to squeeze a dress out of it. This is a dress because it's crepe and it's poly crepe, it's quite heavy. I hope I can wear now in the summer, which I have been doing just as a dress, and it's just lovely. I wore it up to Hampstead Heath the other day, which was a lovely, lovely day out. But I also hope I can, again, layer it up and get more wear out of it later into the year as well. This kind of fabric wears really well with tights and doesn't cling. I used my current favourite bodice pattern, which is, of course, New Look 6123. I'm showing it to you again. I mean, $2.95. I've got some very good use out of that pattern. But I bound the armholes because there wasn't a sleeve. I actually ran out of the right colour thread, so it looks a little bit obvious there. But I bound the armholes. Again, you can see the pleat detailing really nicely in this fabric because it's plain. And everything else is the same. I interfaced the neckline, but the skirt, I actually use a different New Look pattern. If you don't have with me, I couldn't find it, but I'll put it in the link down below, in the description bar below. So it is a circle skirt, but it's a half circle. I think it's half, maybe even less than half, I don't know. But it just kicks out a little bit. I would have loved to have done a fuller skirt, but again, only had 1 metre of fabric. Not going to probably be able to cut out an enormous circle skirt. But yeah, I was actually really pleased. I did take some incredibly creative cutting to get this dress out of that amount of fabric, but I like doing that. I really like feeling like you really haven't wasted a scrap. You know, there's like a few little shreds left at the end of your cutting process and you're like, yeah, nothing was wasted. Anyway guys, that is everything for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to click subscribe for new sewing vlogs every week. Usually uploading on a Sunday or a Monday. If you do have any specific requests for videos, I would love to hear them. Please do leave them down below. I am absolutely loving chatting to people from all over the world. It's just so cool having this vlog and being able to connect with so many talented sewing people. Yeah, from everywhere, from all over the world. It's just really, really lovely. So do leave a comment down below if you've got a video idea or if you just want to say hi. That would be great. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!